ODU football fans, we've got a little something to gnaw on, like a Labrador grabs the rawhide chew on Christmas morning under the tree. The 2015 ODU football schedule is out. I'm Ted Alexander, along with head football coach Bobby Wilder. When the schedule comes out, you can start looking, start getting excited, and start planning those tailgates.
Oh, it's an exciting time, Ted. We just got the release, found out who we're playing. What I love about the schedule this year, Ted, number one, is that there's 7 home games, only 5 on the road. So we got the 12 Monarchs at our place for 7 games. And you know, playing at home, that's a huge advantage. That's number one. Number two, there's no 35 days away from SB Ballard Stadium this year. Last year, the way the schedule fell, we were away from home for so long. So we start out on the road, then we play 3 at home, and then the rest of the schedule alternates between home and away games. So there's never even 2 weeks on the road. There's never 14 days away from SB Ballard. I think it's much better for the fans. Last year it was loaded in the front, and then it was loaded at the end. Now we do have that 3-game stretch, so we got to be careful, folks. 3 straight weeks of tailgating.
Making it loaded.
But then it gets spread out a little bit throughout. And then the last thing I'll say about it, Ted, is having the bye after that 5th game of the year. That the kids have been through preseason, they played 5. Now you can take a bye, you get some time to get your injuries healed up, and then finish the last 7 regular season games.
Season begins on the road in Ypsilanti, Michigan. The Eastern Michigan rematch, September the 5th.
Yeah, that game right away concerns me. The fact that we beat them last year at our place, 17-3. It was the best game defensively we've ever played, so you know they'll be excited about that one. We'll have to travel out there with a young football team and have a real good focus on starting right.
Home opener will be Saturday, September the 12th, Foreman Field, SB Ballard Stadium. A rematch against the only FCS team on the schedule, the Spartans of Norfolk State.
Yeah, and 2 years ago we had a great game at their place. We won at the last second on a field goal. New coach in Latrell Scott, who's an outstanding football coach. I don't have any doubt in my mind he'll have them ready to play us. We'll be excited to play our first home game.
And then mark this one on the calendar as well, the second of the 3-game homestand, Saturday, September 19th. First Power Conference team coming to Norfolk, NC State.
Yeah, we had a great football game last year, Ted, at North Carolina State, a game that we led at halftime. We were right there at the end, lost close late in the game. They went 8-5 this past year, won their bowl game over Central Florida. Their quarterback's back, the majority of their team. That'll be a major challenge, but we'll be excited to have our first Power 5 come to SB Ballard.
Saturday, September 26th, really a fascinating matchup. 2 teams that excelled at the FCS level, making the move up, the Mountaineers of Appalachian State.
Yeah, I'm excited to start this one, and hopefully it's not just going to be a home and home. Hopefully we can continue this more down the road. A storied program, won national championships at the FCS level, 7-5 last year, Ted, in their transition. So like us, they were bowl eligible. This should be a real good matchup.
October 3rd, on the road. Let's start the Conference USA season for the 2nd straight year with the defending champs, Marshall in Huntington.
And hopefully we can have the same result as last year, going to Rice and winning that game on a last-second field goal. We got the defending champs. We're in their place. They'll be a little different football team. Rakeem Cato, their quarterback, is gone, just like our quarterback is gone. So it'll be exciting to start out with that caliber of football team in conference.
After that, back home for the first ever meeting against the 49ers of Charlotte. That game on October the 17th. That's after the bye week.
Yeah, that's a good point you make, Ted, having that bye. There we go, 5 games, just played at Marshall, get healed up. Play Charlotte. I think Charlotte's going to be a good football team. They'll be in their 3rd year. Brad Lambert, their head coach, and his staff have been doing a real good job recruiting. It'd be nice to have that game at home to start that series, and hopefully what develops into a good rivalry.
Bouncing back and forth, home and away. After Charlotte, it's a trip to Miami for FIU. The date of that one is October the 24th.
Yeah, and last year, as you know, Ted, a real exciting game. We beat them at home. Last-second field goal after a tremendous interception by Falante Misher set that up. Heineke to Pascal pass to get us close. Ziffer hits a field goal to win it. This was a very good football team. They were 4-8 last year, lost a lot of close games. They were one of the leaders in the nation in takeaways, and they've got their quarterback and the majority of their team back, so it's going to be a challenge.
Then it's back home to take on the Hilltoppers of Western Kentucky. That's a Halloween day or night game. I can hear Thriller playing already, and a little payback hopefully for the Monarchs over the Hilltoppers.
Yeah, what a game we had with them this past year, and I think they're going to be the favorite to win the league based on the fact that quarterback Brandon Dowdy, who led the nation last year in touchdown passes, was granted a 6th year. He had the 2 years he was injured, so the NCAA granted him a 6th year. They've got most of their offense back. This will be a major challenge, and I think they're going to have a very good record when they come to us on Halloween.
After Halloween, it's off to San Antonio. Antonio, Texas for a first-time football matchup against the Roadrunners of UTSA. Larry Coker, their head coach, actually came here to ask you for some help starting up a program.
Yeah, what a tremendous coach, and just a humbling experience to have a guy who won a national championship at Miami asking us questions about how we did it. He's built a very good program. They were one of the favorites, Ted, last year to win the West. Started off, beat Houston by 20, who went on and beat Pittsburgh in a bowl. Lost to Arizona on a last-second field goal, who played in one of the major bowls last year. And then they just got decimated with injuries to end up 4-8. So I suspect they'll be much better this year.
So on the road in Texas against UTSA, then back home at Foreman Field at SB Ballard Stadium for UTEP. The date of that game, November 14th.
Yeah, UTEP, like Louisiana Tech, was one of the most improved teams in the league last year. 2 years ago, they were 2-10. Last year, they go 7-6, playing a bowl game, and then we lost an exciting game to them. It was 42-35 at their place. We'll be excited to have them make that long trip this year to us.
Southern Miss on the road, the final road game, or regular season road game, down in Hattiesburg on November 21st.
Yeah, beautiful facility, Ted. Southern Miss had a tremendous program. They've gone through some hard times with some coaching changes. I think they've got the right coach now, Todd Monken. This will be his third year. He's got that program improving. He's recruiting well. They were a very good team at home last year. They really struggled on the road. Very good at home.
November 28th, the regular season finale at home against the Owls of Florida Atlantic.
Yeah, and Florida Atlantic, I felt, was a team that lost the most tough games last year. We beat them on a last-second field goal that ricocheted off the upright and went in down at their place 31-28 to end our season at 6-6. They were 3-9, Ted. This team easily could have been 8-5 if they'd have won some of those games like our game. Very talented, got their quarterback back, who was an excellent player. That'll be a major challenge, but I'm hoping some nice cold wind will blow in for the boys from Boca.
So after that, the last couple of years, there have been some asterisks, bowl eligibility and transitioning and all that stuff. No more asterisks. We're ready to go. You qualify, you go.
Yeah, this past year, as you know, all we could do was compete for the conference and play in the conference championship game. We could only go to a bowl if there weren't enough teams, which unfortunately there were this year from our standpoint. But now we're in. The slate is clean. We're FBS all the way. No more asterisks. And what we're really going to focus on, Ted, as a football team is I want to keep our guys focused on competing and winning the Eastern Division Championship of Conference USA. When you get too far out there and think about what bowl are we going to, you lose sight of the fact that if you win the East, you're in that December championship game in Conference USA, and then you're going to a great bowl game. You're going to pick what game you want to go to. So the focus for us will be on competing and winning the East.
Coach, it's on paper. It's official. The 2015 season can't get here fast enough. Best of luck in the preps for Eastern Michigan, September 5th.
Appreciate it, Ted. Thank you.
Folks, don't forget ODUsports.com, your source for ODU football information year-round, including how to get tickets. 7 home games this year. Better get them fast. Want to keep that sellout streak going. For the coach, Bobby Wilder, I'm Ted Alexander.